What's up? It's Monday, October 23rd, and I am back here with another movie review. I'm making good use of my movie pass, and today I went and saw Happy Death Day. It's a Universal film. Hey, look at that. Universal, the company I work for, making movies that I enjoyed. Not that they don't do that all the time, but I just thought I'd point it out. I had a lot of fun at this film. The crowd at the theater was pretty small because I went at like 11:30, but I know it's been a pretty popular movie. And it features something that I really, really love. So for those of you who are unfamiliar, Happy Death Day is a recent release, and it features a girl, character's name is Tree, who is experiencing the day she died over and over and over in that sort of classic time loop idea. And she, as she relives this day that she died over and over and over, is trying to escape the killers, trying to figure out who the killer is, and trying to basically solve her own murder, hoping that doing so will stop the time loop. There are a lot of things that I loved about this film. First off, I love time loop films, episodes, etc., etc. In fact, I'm going to make a whole different video about time loops to post later this week, so keep an eye out for that. But this one specifically had a lot of things that I really enjoyed, starting with the very beginning. So it showed the Universal Globe intro, and it restarted that like 3 times, which I just thought was really, really funny and a nice use of the trope right from the beginning. And then we have the character development. As usually happens in one of these time loop scenarios, the main character, the one experiencing the time loop, is often trying to learn something and either become a better person or solve a mystery or things like that. So in this case, the main character is trying to do both, trying to become a better person. She's kind of shallow and really mean and crass, and she also is trying to solve her own murder. But she wasn't the only character that developed. They actually did a pretty decent job of showing me a few of the other characters that she encounters repeatedly kind of developing themselves, despite the fact that they were literally living the same day over and over and over. But her interactions with them changed who they were. Now, there were plenty of tropes in this. This is where spoilers definitely start, so if you don't want to be spoiled at all, go ahead and stop watching. But I promise I'm not going to spoil the ending. These are just light spoilers. So, in the list of tropes and cliches, you have the classic boy next door who starts off being like, oh yeah, there's this guy that I don't know, don't care about, and am not interested in. And then slowly, as she lives the same day over and over and over, you realize he's pretty darn awesome. His name is Carter, I think. And so he becomes, the main love interest eventually, because you start to get to know him more and she starts to get to know him more and realizes that he's actually a great guy. And that's often a trope in these time loop things, is developing feelings for somebody, which I've always thought was kind of an interesting dynamic, because you've lived this day over and over and over and you know them really, really well, and they, in this case, literally met you last night. So that's sort of interesting. It also has a lot of the other classic cliches, like she goes crazy and does all sorts of things she would never dream of doing. So she walks around campus completely naked. I liked that one. I thought that was pretty funny. She makes fun of people that she never thought of doing before. She stands up for people she never thought of standing up for before. She does all sorts of ridiculousness because why bother? I'm gonna get killed tonight and there are no consequences. And she's slowly just trying to figure out who killed her anyway. So why not have a little bit of fun in the process? And I appreciated that. And I liked that you could see her grow as a character, even if it was pretty predictable and cliche, which is the next bit we're gonna get to. Eventually a movie like this ends. And this movie does have a finish. She eventually comes to a conclusion. And actually, the actual ending of the movie I had predicted, and I knew where that was going to go. But there was a surprise end to the day before that I found really interesting. And it takes a lot, especially for one of these time loop movies, to sort of surprise me. So I thought they did a very good job crafting one of their day endings that brought about quite a shock to me, and I thought that I had it all figured out. The actual ending itself, when you get to it, is pretty cliche, but I still enjoy it. Overall, this was a super, super fun film. One that I would definitely go see again. I think my roommate is going to go see it tonight, which is kind of a bummer because if he waited a day, I would use my movie pass and go see it again. I would rate this probably 4 out of 5 stars. It doesn't get 5 stars because it's not, something grand and amazing, but it gets 4 because it is really fun, has a lot of very fun moments, it has interesting characters, and I thought it had acting that was just fine, and I liked the development. Plus, you've got me hooked with the time loop cliche. Like, if I see that in the description of a film, really lives the same day over and over, I'll probably go see it, even if it sounds like it's gonna be bad, because I just love time loops. So I'm gonna make another video all about how much I love time loops. If you have seen Happy Death Day, please comment and let me know what you thought, or if you make your own video reviews of films. I know I have a subscriber who does that. Certainly please comment and let me know if you have a review of Happy Death Day. And I'm looking forward to seeing more movies. I'll see you tomorrow.